waiting on everybody to pop on in the room. How are you guys doing? Y'all come on in the room. Everybody fall on through. What is going on with you guys? I hope you guys are having a good weekend so far, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody pop on through. Let's see, we got some of the regulars in here. We got Juicy. Oh, we got everybody in here. I see you, Juicy. We got D Tubman in here. How's everybody doing? Want to chop it up, chime in on a few things. We were talking about the Warnock Herschel Walker debate yesterday. Very funny, very interesting that Warnock couldn't blow Herschel Walker out the water. And now the Democrats look like they're struggling now. Now, I know we have a couple of ops in here, and the ops have to do their job. The name of the game is to try to undermine grassroots influence, particularly when it comes to this upcoming election. The name of the game is to try to undermine that influence because the Democrats are struggling, as we see. And some of the ops are trembling in their boots because they're going to lose their jobs in a few weeks because your job at trolling and trying to undermine grassroots efforts is not really working that good, is it? It's not really working that good. The Democrats are really struggling right now. And Warnock, people are saying he did so poorly against Herschel Walker. Herschel was kind of getting into him. I saw some more clips, and Herschel was shutting him down, which is real interesting. This is why his numbers didn't really dip too hard. So they're looking at this like, damn, Warnock is in trouble. So they're going to send Obama down there to stomp for Warnock. This is the same thing what they did with Clyburn. You know, they sent the same ops when our brother Marcel Dixon was making noise. Again, these people were so threatened by that grassroots support nationwide he was getting. There wasn't enough local support, but nationwide there was a lot of support for our brother Marcel, and they had all the ops popping in and out of rooms trying to do a lot of online trolling to dissipate the energy, and then they had to send Kamala Harris down there to stomp for Clyburn. So these people had some genuine concerns, and they have some genuine concerns now. They're sending a former president down there to save Warnock from Herschel Dam Walker. Is that what we own, ladies and gentlemen? What's up, Whitley? How are you, beloved? Herschel Walker. Now, I make jokes about Herschel. But Herschel, again, Herschel Walker was knocking some of Warnock's talking points out the damn box. You dig? Herschel Walker clearly has some type of CTE, and if he can make your arguments look bogus, damn, Warnock. I mean, Herschel Walker pulled out a fake Chuck E. Cheese badge. You dig? That's the kind of badge you win at Chuck E. Cheese when you get enough tokens. He pulled out a Chuck E. Cheese badge, flashed the badge, and he's still getting in Warnock's ass. What's going on here? The Democrats are struggling, and they're doing all types of dirty tricks. Family, I told y'all that bogus, they got a couple of reparation marches this weekend. They had one that popped up on that was supposed to happen today. This was the day we initially had ours. And they were some random organization popped up talking about they're having a march today. This was a few days ago, and I told people this is bogus as hell. Ain't nobody having no march. Sure enough, there's some people who went down there to the location. Wasn't nobody down there. We could smell that op nonsense a mile away. Wasn't nobody down there. This was a fake march they were promoting, and this was all pre-planned just in case we had ours. They were going to try to throw some misinformation out so that people would be confused. That's all this was about. The ops are working overtime, ladies and gentlemen. The ops are working overtime. And there's going to be a lot of ops trying to still dissipate the energy for November 5th. November 5th is going to be monumental. It's going to be phenomenal. Let me see an FBA fist or an FBA hand to all the people in the room that's coming down November 5th to Washington, D.C. Let me see some fist in the air. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be me, Brother Riza Islam, Teslin, Marcel Dixon. And Marcel, we're going to update the flyer in a couple of days. We're going to put Greg Marcel Dixon because I forgot when you were running for office, you use your full name. So we're going to revise that in a couple of days. All right, we had to put the preliminary flyer out just to let people know that everything is going down on the 5th. The next flyer is going to have some more details in it. Juicy Genius, I know you're going to be in the mix. Whitley Yates, are you coming, beloved? Our conservative sister. Whitley Yates, you need to come on through. Our lovely conservative sister, T.S. Giselle, you need to come too. Don't bring that honey blonde wig of yours, but you can come too. You understand? We know you're an op. We need ops to come on down there too. And it's Washington, D.C. You can find you a nice, strong man. Yeah. It's going to be phenomenal out there in D.C. It is going to be absolutely phenomenal. This is history. Shout out to my brother Dwan B. I see you in there. Let me get Juicy in here real quickly. Let me get Juicy Genius. What's up, Juicy? How are you, beloved? What's up, Juice?
Hey, peace and power to the family. Hey, King Tariq. Just wanted to tap in with everybody and just comment on. Sorry, I'm out at this gas station and making all this noise in the background. But yeah, they had to. I did watch the full debate in totality, and I did a recap earlier today in a space and just talked about how Georgia voters are feeling really embarrassed about both sides. But it's really astonishing to see how Herschel Walker did. Get the upper hand on Warnock during that debate. But just want to
Yep.
also let you know that me and Brother Rahim Shabazz are down here trying to coordinate some coach buses, some sprinter vans, those who are not really interested or don't want to fly or want to use an alternative form of transportation and maybe do a group transportation so we can make it an experience. And we're working on
Yes.
what we can do down here in Georgia. So if anyone's in the space or here's the playback, if you know someone who's got coach bus services or sprinter services, let's work together, get the funds together, and help people get to the march. And I'll end there.
Thank you so much, beloved. That's a great idea. And when you guys get that together, I will start directing people to you guys so they can possibly link up with you. So, yeah, you guys take buses, charter buses, carpool. Everybody come on down, especially if you're in that East Coast area. You close by DC, especially if you're in Maryland, you're Virginia, all those areas. Hop in the car with your people and come on through. It's a real quick trip, and it's a historic experience. Not only we're doing the rally and the speaking and all the other festivities, we're filming it, so it's going to be a part of a documentary. So you guys are going to be a part of history, and this is so important for us to do this. And look, people are going to be upset. I've seen some of the comments from the Democratic ops. They're really upset because they're like, well, damn it, they're doing this right before the election, and this is going to take away a lot of those last minute voters on the ground. And they're feeling a certain way about this. But we're letting them know we want tangibles. We are getting together in a unified front saying, look, we as foundational Black Americans, we're not playing this symbolic game where you're talking in circles. We're coming together, which is what we should have been doing a long time ago, with a unified front saying we need specific tangibles for us. We don't need to study nothing. We don't need to have a commission for this, a commission for that. We need tangibles right now. It's a pivotal time right now. And these people are giving tangibles to all these other groups, and we're being undermined by these groups. And we're saying enough is enough. We are on the right side of history, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ever forget that. Let's get Emmett, brother Emmett, in here. Well, FBA, no, Emmett Till, not okay. This is FBA Goddess, but your name You had Emmett Till on the thing. What's up, FBA goddess? Yellow.
Hey, Tariq. This is FBA
How,
Goddess.
how are you
I'm
doing?
fine. I just wanted to let you know that I will be there. At first, I wasn't going because I didn't know what was going on with all these different things going on. But
Yeah.
because I see as far as what's going on, I did see your flyer. I didn't see it on Twitter. I saw it somewhere else. So it is getting passed around. I just wanted you to know that. As
Mm-hmm.
far as not
Mm-hmm.
just in the Twitter spaces, as far as people that know you, it's people that
Yeah.
don't know you that have this flyer. And, I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina, so it's here. So
Yes.
out and about in Raleigh, and we definitely need that now because everybody know that we are now on the big screen as far as having this. And what are you laughing at, Stepper? Anywho, let me go on. This shooting we had in Raleigh, and this has been happening around the country, and right now it's happening in Raleigh. And this 15-year-old white boy killed his own brother and shot his head completely off his shoulders. But after
Yeah, I heard that. Who all did he shoot? He shot multiple people, didn't he?
Yes, he shot his brother first. He had on army fatigues. He walked.
Wow.
He got up with a long arm rifle. My nephew lives in that neighborhood, so this is why, and it's 10 minutes from my house. He got up and he went out, dressed, shot his brother first, of course, then went outside. He walked in the backyard and shot the officer that was getting ready to leave for work. He was sitting in his car. He also
Wow.
killed a black woman. Um, she
I knew his ass killed some black folk. I knew he killed a black person. And this is why they're keeping a lot of that stuff quiet. Who else did he kill? I knew
he
it.
killed more than one black person. He killed two. He also killed a
Wow.
Hispanic guy. He was the officer that was killed. It was a white woman that was killed. She was walking her dog, and another white woman was jogging. So, and then there was another officer that was black that is in the hospital in critical condition. So yeah, they're not giving y'all all the information at all.
Mm. I knew the fact that they were so hush hush about the victims. I said there must be some black victims that this white boy didn't shot up. Okay. Wow. Wow. And they arrested him without incident too, right?
Of course, they found him actually. I ain't gonna tell you what found him, but then I'll tell you where I live. But anywho, he found him around my neighborhood. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
And yes, he
Wow.
went. They arrested him, and he went to jail. He is now arrested. He is not dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Thank you so much, beloved. Let me chime in on this. Yeah, you know, more of the Kyle Rittenhouse effect. More of the Kyle Rittenhouse effect. They let these little suspected white supremacists run around here blasting everybody. That's the Rittenhouse effect. Bring them in alive. They bring them in untouched. The Parkland shooter. What's that guy's name? Nicholas. What's that guy's name? Is it Nicholas Cruz? What's the crazy white boy who shot up the Parkland High School? I want to say his name is Nicholas Cruz. I think because there's so many of these little suspected white supremacist killers. So they just spared his life in court. They're not going to give him the death penalty after shooting up all them damn people. So they're coddling him to a certain degree. So this is what they do. Let me get my brother Marcel in here. Brother Marcel, what's up, sir? Marcel, where you at, brother?
You.
I'm good, sir. How are
I'm
you?
doing good. I just came up because, like FBA God has said, a lot of people are talking about the rally, even down here in South Carolina. People that I don't even think they know you necessarily, because I don't think they don't keep their ear to the ground when it comes to like the conscious movement. But they've heard about the rally
Mm-hmm.
and someone to come. So what I want to say to people, if anyone is trying to arrange transportation, I just want to put the volunteer form in the jumbotron, and they can put it in there, and then that can help coordinate people who want to carpool and come up to DC. I just want to put that in the jumbotron.
Good looking out on
Thank
that,
you.
brother. Thank you so much. All right, so yes, shout out to Marcel, and y'all hit up Marcel. Y'all need to be following Marcel anyway. Everybody who's not following Marcel, follow our brother, follow him, because we're getting this thing coordinated and it's coming across smoothly, and people are very excited about it because it's needed. This is something that's needed. This is really one of the first times that we've gotten together on a massive scale to talk about what we need as a specific group that's tangible. Okay. A lot of times when there are marches and rallies, people are talking about a lot of symbolic stuff, or they're talking about people of color, or it's infiltrated by people who start talking about these minority coalitions. And family, we're just not doing that. We're going out here for the first time in history talking about what people in our lineage needs as far as tangibles. That's a very simple thing, but when we look at it, that hasn't been done on a massive scale. It's never been done. And we're doing that now. We're going to make history doing that. And you guys need to be history. Let me get my sister Jade in here. Jade is out here working hard, boots on the ground, behind the scenes with us. What's up, beloved?
Peace. Yeah. Good to hear your voice. You know, I've been putting in work. We're getting these things organized, and we're really excited about this. I'm really excited about the timing and the date. I mean, it couldn't be more perfect, just a few days before the primaries, and folks are really paying attention to the
Yes.
primaries. So in the midst of us, you know, getting things, I just wanted to make a quick announcement. There are hotels that we are looking at. If you know, I'm trying to work out like discount codes and things like that with hotels, but you know, a lot of folks aren't in on the weekend, so we have been just look out for more information in terms of where you can book. There's a lot of places in DC, but you know, again, this is the nation's capital, and this is a weekend before the primary, so this is a really important weekend. We do expect a great turnout. A lot of folks will be here working in DC, from journalists to, you know, pundits and folks who work on various campaigns and things like that. It's going to be really hot that weekend. But brother, one thing I wanted to mention is that I'm hearing a lot of the rhetoric that they're talking about on MSNBC, and they're doing a bit of fear mongering, in my opinion, around the primaries coming up, and talks of civil war, or potentially some sort of civil war or unrest. And I see like the liberals are really pushing this. I wanted to know if you had any thoughts on that.
I'm gonna chime in on that. Thank you, beloved. So yeah, what they're doing now. Well, Trump ain't in office, so they can't fearmonger with Trump. They'll still try though. They're trying to milk that Trump is the boogeyman. He's the god of white supremacy nonsense. They're trying to milk that. And now what they're doing, they're going to semi-mint in Trump by talking about like the alt-right and some of the January 6th insurrectionists, some of the MAGA crowd. So the narrative now, they can't use Trump no more like they used to. So now they're going to say, if you don't get a Democrat in office, if you don't keep the Democrats in office, and if you empower the Republicans, the same people from January 6th are going to come and get you. Or you're going to empower them and they're going to come and get you, and boy, they're going to lynch all of the Negroes. Oh, you better watch out for them. They're going to get you. That's the subtle message that they're trying to use, and we're not going for it because we see the Democrats are worse than the right-wing white supremacists. Because with the Democrats, we not only have white supremacists, we have white Hispanic supremacists, wannabe white Asian supremacists, wannabe white Arab supremacists. So we got all of these other buffer groups that's been elevated over us to harm us. You understand? Which I said would happen. I said that was going to happen. There is no coalition. We're sitting here talking about a one-sided minority coalition that we're only pushing. And all of these other groups, after we elevate them, they are completely hostile to us. It is not reciprocal. And we have to wake up and stop pushing a non-reciprocal coalition and start looking out for our lineage, because every other group does that. And when we do it, they try to shame us. We're not going for the shaming tactics no more. Let's get Black Noble Beast. Black Noble Beast in here. What's up, Black Noble Beast? Hop on, brother. Black Noble Beast. Where you at? Turn your microphone on, sir. You got it together? Okay. He didn't have it together. All right, so let's get Mr. Latney in here. Let's get Mr. Latney in here. All right, Mr. Latney, you ready to get on?
Yes, sir, I am. How you doing tonight, Mr.
I'm good, man. What's on your mind, sir?
Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, I heard somebody speaking to you about, it was Super PAC plebiscite talk, and then I also had heard somebody speaking to you about what we could do to financially boycott. And I wanted to see what you thought about looking at some of those Super PAC lists and seeing the people who do donate to the Democrats, the businessmen and the businesses, and see if we could take action on them. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, man. I told people about the boycott thing. We don't need to boycott nothing because the thing is, boycotting is temporary. That's a temporary thing because what happens is we'll boycott for a couple of days and then the next day you got to double down on everything. You got to double down on everything. So, no, we got to stop doing this temporary stuff. We have to get a full-time pattern of codified behavior. Okay? We got to be codified every day, all day, full-time. And that means everything we do, we're going to look out for the best interest of our group first. Okay? We're going to look out for our group as far as empowering the people in our lineage first. When we think in those terms, everything will fall into place. You don't have to do boycotts and none of that stuff. You don't see the white supremacists doing boycotts. They don't do boycotts because they're already codified. They're codified enough to understand that they need to own and control the things that they need to own and control. And even other groups too, they don't do boycotts. They codify themselves so they can get resources so they can own and control whatever happens with their group economically. And they don't share those resources with us. Do you understand? I'm telling you codification, and they practice this every day. The Asian community, they own and control their resources, and they do not push an Asian and Black coalition. They don't share none of their resources with us. Zero. We are the only fools out here. We get resources, and then we start falling for a minority coalition where we're supposed to give it away to everybody. That's lack of codification. We don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. This is why we have to make sure that we have qualified people or we train people to be qualified to handle the goods and services that we need in our community. Unfortunately, we have been so dependent upon the dominant society. Some of us don't have the skills that we used to have. In Jim Crow, when Black people were forced to work with each other, we had a lot of skills in Black society. During Jim Crow, we were a self-contained unit for the most part with Black people. When Black people wanted to do business, they had to deal with other Black people. When you wanted a house built, you had to go to some of them brothers who could build houses. And back in the day, Black men were some of the master builders of houses. Some of you have houses in the South that was built by your granddad or your great granddad, and that house is still sturdy today. I always talk about that. A lot of you guys right now got some family members. Y'all got a family house in North Carolina, Virginia, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, somewhere that your granddad or your great granddad built around or after World War II. The house is still sturdy. The house is still there. The house got a rock solid foundation. We were the master builders at one point. Black men would throw them houses up like nothing. We had all the skills. You understand? Now we got to understand the trick bags that's been thrown at us. A lot of the uncute, I call it uncute labor and manufacturing. A lot of us we've shied away from that because we really chase the shine industry, meaning we oftentimes chase industries where we get immediate clout, usually sports and entertainment. Okay. And that's in front of the camera, sports and entertainment. Behind the scenes is a little bit different. And that's really where all the money is, the behind the scenes stuff. But a lot of us, we chase the clout side of it. The singing, dancing, rapping, sports, Instagram modeling. We want to be somewhere where we can show the money we make. We want to be somewhere where people can see us making the money. If people can't see us, then it's not even worth it. We don't want to do the down and dirty work behind the scenes where nobody's seeing what you're doing, but you're stacking your money up. See, we got this thing where we're supposed to floss everything because that's something that's been programmed, that flossing culture. Every time you make some money, you got to go do the money phone on Instagram. You see? So we want to do things that's 24-hour glamorous or something that has the perception of 24-hour glamour. You dig? A lot of people ain't trying to do the real down and dirty work. Like I do in front of the camera stuff, but I do a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. That's where most of my money comes from, the behind the scenes stuff. When we do documentary films, only a percentage of it is in front of the camera. We shoot the in front of the camera stuff within a few weeks, but it takes over a year for all the editing and the research and the all of the sound design and the color correction. All of that ain't pretty. You see, you guys get to see a finished product that's 2.5 hours, but behind the scenes, it's not pretty, and it's a lot of long, tedious work. It's extremely tedious. It's not glamorous. And a lot of folks don't want to do stuff like that. And this is why you don't see too many people doing history documentaries the way we do them. You don't see that. It's hard ass work. It's extremely hard to do. Imagine doing a term paper every single day for a year. Just if you're in college or in high school or whatever, just imagine you have to do a term paper every single day for a year. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's that tedious. So that's not glamorous, but what happens is after that long year of tedious work, the product comes out and you see it on a big screen and it looks all glamorous and shiny because we shined it up. But people don't realize the stuff that went into making it, the behind the scenes stuff, you see. So a lot of times the manufacturing work is not as glamorous as people think it is, you see. So Dr. John Henry Clark talked to us about, hey, we need to start doing things like manufacturing underwear, just real basic, simple stuff. We need to start getting back into these industries, the food industries, the clothing manufacturing industries. You dig? Where you're owning the warehouses, where you got the workers and people behind the scenes putting in the work. We got to get into that. We got to start owning and controlling stuff. And that comes from us being on code, meaning we have to find Black people as much as we can who have the skills, or we can teach them the skills and we can do business like that. And we can elevate each other like that and bounce and circulate our money as much as we can. Let me get some more people in here. Let's get what's your name? Black Noble, you ready to get on?
That's right, brother. What's up, Tariq? And we also can't forget these other groups were able to get resources and where they at today by using our civil rights
Yep.
movement, by using our benefits. If it wasn't for what we did, these groups wouldn't have nothing. These other groups are nothing but leeches. I'm sorry if that offends, but they are leeches. And why I say that, because they have to use our stuff that was set aside for us exclusively, which is not the case, to uplift themselves. And with the whole Asian resources thing, if it wasn't for us, Asians would have never been able to gather all those resources up.
Mm-hmm.
These people use the stuff we did. Remember, there was a time where Hispanics weren't even referred as Latinos. They were a part of white people. However, when the civil rights came, they switched themselves to Hispanic so that they could benefit from the things that we fought for. We don't
Mm-hmm.
owe these groups nothing. Just like with black immigrants, they use their black skin in order to use the stuff that was made for us. They use their black skin and blend in with us in order to take advantage of what our ancestors fought for. These
Mm-hmm.
other groups shouldn't even be here in large numbers like this. We don't
Mm-hmm.
owe these people. We don't owe these people nothing. Get ready to let my plane. Get ready to let my plane. We don't owe these people nothing. absolutely shit. If it wasn't for us, half of these mother effers wouldn't even damn be here. And Tariq, I like what you do, brother. You the only one on Twitter with over 300,000 followers that talk about stuff that is important. I
Yes, sir.
respect you, brother. And one thing about it, say about you. Thank you, brother.
Much respect to you, brother. Thank you so much. Yeah, and people who say stuff about me are usually ops. I mean, what can you say about me? I'm so thorough. Anybody has anything negative to say about me, you got to question their motives. It's always somebody janky. You dig? It's always somebody funny style and janky. Let's get Free R. Kelly. Tribes up. All right, what's up, man? Hop on.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Thank you for letting me up. I
Nope.
want to go ahead and talk about this whole Obama thing. We did a space last night, and Sister Juicy was actually in there. She came through with the information. Um, I saw that Senate debate between Warnock and Herschel, and I gotta tell you, it's not looking good for Warnock. The fact that that debate was as close as it was, I have to go ahead and give it to Herschel. I
Yeah.
never thought I would be. I never thought I would be agreeing with that nigga, but that nigga he held his own.
He
And
did.
he definitely held his own, and it was just a testament to how much pressure the grassroots has put on these Democrats. We got these people reduced to being a scratching and clawing matches with somebody who got the IQ of a dead field mice. So big ups to the grassroots, and just shout out to everybody that's putting boots to the ground, stepping for reparations. We always talk about in these rooms and stuff like that. Differences aside, if it's good for our people, then let's let the feelings take a back seat, and let's just get on with the business. But yeah, that nigga got his ass cooked.
Yes, he did, my man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. It was funny style, man. Let me play because let me play some of the clips. Let me play one clip. This is them debating on abortion. Hold on.
The Inflation Reduction Act, and I think he should tell the people of Georgia why he thinks they should have expensive insulin and why the pharmaceutical companies should be able to charge us whatever they like.
Okay, they're talking about I guess healthcare. That's Warnock. Hold on.
Well, first of all, may I respond? I believe in reducing insulin, but at the same time, you got to eat right because he may not know, and I know many people that's on insulin, and unless you have eating right, insulin is doing you no good.
Oh, okay, I don't know. Okay, okay, I don't know what are you talking about, but hold on.
The son with the same woman in 20 over his voting national headlines post-debate roundtable.
Okay, this is some other stuff. I got to hear some. Let me play some more clips. Let me play some more clips of some short clips of them kind of going at it. Hold on, because there's a whole bunch of different clips. There's so many clips, guys. There's so many clips. Okay, here's how they're going to fight inflation. Hold on.
Gentlemen, we have a lot to get to this hour. So we will start tonight with the most important issues facing Georgia voters.
Our next star, Emerson College, the Hill poll shows the champion to reduce inflation. We ask you to be specific. You have 60 seconds.
Well, first of all, you have to blame this administration and Senator Warnock because within 2 years, this inflation has gotten worse. They cut our energy independence. They also raised taxes. And at the same time, they reckless spending all our money. So he would sit here tonight and say that he's doing a good job for us. And you ask me, what is one job I would do to help the inflation? First of all, we got to become independent, energy independent again. And the reason why, we're going to our enemies to ask for gas and oil. And that puts us not just in an inflation problem, but it puts us on a national security problem. And I think that's something that I think Senator Warnock need to realize. And he mentioned that he grew up here in Savannah with 12 siblings, Well, in this area, most people live paycheck to paycheck. And we have inflation the way he's brought inflation on. How in the world can you buy grocery or gas for your family?
A follow-up question to that.
Okay.
There's no question that people are feeling pain at the grocery store, at the pump, at pharmacy counters. And while we are paying record prices, a lot of our corporate actors are seeing record profits in the oil and gas industry and the pharmaceutical industry. which is why I've stood up for ordinary, hardworking Georgia families time and time again. I passed the single largest tax cut, contrary to what my opponent is suggesting, for middle and working class families.
So see, Warnock is doing the Obama shuffle, where they're talking about something else. They're slyly kind of moving the goalpost a little bit. So this is why Warnock is trying to do the Obama shuffle.
American history. And we passed the Inflation Reduction Act, which had two of my provisions. One, caps the cost of prescription drugs for seniors, so they don't have to choose between buying medicine and buying groceries. And one caps the cost of insulin. He said he would not have voted for the Inflation Reduction Act, and I think he should tell the people of Georgia why he thinks they should have expensive insulin and why the pharmaceutical companies should be able to charge us whatever they like. Well, first of all, may I respond? I believe in reducing insulin, but at the same time, you got to eat right, because he may not know, and I know many people that's on insulin.
Okay, he said okay. So Herschel was holding his own. Yeah. Herschel, he was spitting it out. He gave first of all, I cannot answer that. First of all, if we're gonna have inflation, we're gonna have to reduce balloons, because if balloons get too inflated, they will go up into outer space and they will bust. And if they bust, that will cause global warming. And Warnock, oh, come on, Herschel. Herschel is holding it down, man. Herschel is holding it down. Yeah, he gets off track, but then he gets back right to where he needs to be. Alibite starts off everything with, first of all, let me answer. First of all, if you get insulin and you get a shot and then you bleed, what if the blood gets on your clothes? It gets on your clothes, how you gonna wash it out? You're gonna have to get some Tide strips. And if you get some Tide strips, you're gonna have to get some bleach, and then you're gonna have to put it in the laundry. That's gonna affect the earth and the water. See? So how you gonna conserve energy if you have to wash the blood stains out of your clothes? Okay, Herschel. All right. Go ahead, Herschel. Bring it home, Herschel. All right. Lord. And they got to send Obama down there to get Herschel now. Lord. They got to send Obama down there. And Obama, his name is mud out here in the streets. Obama, it ain't popping for you, Obama. Obama's name is mud in the streets, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get Karima. What's up, Karima? Turn your microphone on.
Peace, everybody. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, indeed. How are you?
Thank God, because I have a headset on. I don't have a choice. Okay. But I'm good. Peace to everybody. I appreciate you for letting me speak. I just wanted to say that I was in New Jersey, in the Philadelphia, South Jersey area. So I shared your flyer on Instagram and tagged a few of you guys to it, like the people I could find on Instagram anyway. And I just wanted to say that, in the room, in case anybody in the area wanted to carpool maybe, or like organize something and get down there. I have a sister that's in Fairfax. She's out of Fairfax, Virginia. She may or may not. I have to still see. But I'm just trying to get a group of people in the area. If anybody in the room is listening or whatever, or can find me on IG or whatever.
Follow Karina. You guys follow Karina. How far is DC from Jersey?
About 2 hours, maybe less.
Not bad.
Not too far.
Okay.
Not too far.
You guys follow Karina. Y'all follow Karina, and possibly hook that up. See what's going on with that and make that happen, ladies and gentlemen. We need to make these good connections here. We need to make these real good connections, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Got some folks in here. Raise your hand if you want to get on. Raise your hand if you want to get on, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get FBA Warrior, Black Domino. Raise your hand if you want to get on, family. Black Domino. Hop on, Black Domino. You want to turn your microphone on, sir? That would be great. If you can turn that microphone on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, Mr. Tariq?
We good, man. How are you, sir?
Nothing much here in Washington, D.C., where I was raised and born. Can't wait to see the family on November the 5th, which is my son's birthday. So let's get it in. If anybody needs help finding hotels within the area, everything is within walking distance here in Northwest D.C. So busing to and from Virginia or Maryland, with the way that people have been, DC has been booting and towing cars and ticketing, that's kind of tricky. So if you guys get a chauffeur, make sure he or she stands next to the vehicle while we're out there doing our thing. That's just a tip of heads up. But like I said, can't wait to see you guys. Can you speak to the Emmett Till, the movie that's about to come out, which I think is horrendous? I mean, Carolyn Bryant got about your ass, and we still on your ass, Fat Joe, and all you clowns out here. So just because we got a movement going on, we can do multiple things at one time. So Carolyn Bryant, we still on your ass. Can't wait to see the family November the 5th. Crown them out.
No doubt, brother. Yeah, they got a new movie about Emmett Till. To be honest, I'm gonna be real with you. I really don't want to see that. I'm gonna be real, man. I really don't want to see that. I don't want to see that, man. I just don't. I don't want to see that movie, man. If there's a couple of let me keep it a buck. There's a couple of reasons why I don't want to see that movie. The one reason I don't want to see it is because we know the story. It's a horrible tragedy, and we've never gotten justice from it. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see a story of a boy getting lynched. We already know the story. We already know the horror. That's the thing that ushered in the civil rights movement. No, and the reason I don't want to see it is because the damn perpetrator who kicked it off, her ass is still walking around here alive. I don't want to see a damn thing with Carol Bryant still walking around here. Do a movie about her ass getting arrested. All right, that's the only movie I want to see, because there is no closure with the Emmett Till situation. There is no closure with Carol and Brian still running around here. Nah. Hollywood, if y'all were really about the business, Hollywood, because the white people funded it, white people in Hollywood funded this. What you should do, use your funds and resources to get some lawyers and some judges on board, or some people to really go after Carolyn Bryant. These people in Hollywood, they know how to use their money to go after people. They use their money to go after Bill Cosby. They use their money to go after R. Kelly. They ain't doing no movie about R. Kelly unless it's a movie talking about how he should get punished. They use their money and resources for that. Hollywood, do a movie or documentary talking about how Carolyn Bryant, old ass, need to be in handcuffs. That's what you do a movie about. And holla at me, because I'll damn direct it. If you want to do a documentary style, I'm on board for that. I'll be right there directing it. I'll get me and Spike Lee to direct that, whoever you need. But no, I don't want to hear the story over and over. No, I'm good. And plus, they got some non-FBA people to write it. The people writing and directing it are not even FBA. So I'm good. I'm good. I'm real cool on that, man. To be honest, I'm just good. I don't want to see that. I want closure to that case. I want them to bring closure to it. I want Carolyn Bryant to be in cuffs. That's what I want to see. All right. All right. Let's get Vega. Vega, hop on. What's up, Vega? You good? All right. So we're waiting on Vega. Ain't ready. The person, you got some weird writing on your thing. I don't know what your name is. Saudi the farmer. What's up, Saudi?
Hey, what's going on, Tariq? Can you hear me?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Man, I'm doing
Yes,
well.
I
I'm
can.
doing
What's up?
well. It's just surprising. I didn't expect for you to let me in, but I wanted to speak to the point that you were making about Black folks starting our own stuff from the ground up, factories, farming, really getting in the industry. And for the past couple of years, that's what I've been doing. I moved to a piece of land that my family owned since the 1884 in Alabama. It is a real poor area, unincorporated area, and it is so much room for development. And I've learned some skills, some building skills. I wanted to also make a point while I'm talking to you. There is a guy by the name of Ali Muhammad. He's doing some real grassroots stuff, and I think if you two were to link and have a conversation, some things could really take off for our community really quickly, because you guys are both on the right path and you guys are talking the right things. Ali Muhammad, Aboriginal Republic of North America. Can you please check him out?
Yeah, I know about Ali Muhammad. What's he been up to? Some of his stuff was pretty thorough from what I've seen, but I haven't heard from him in a while.
Man,
Is he down in Atlanta? Is he down there?
He's in Atlanta, man, and he's really just focusing on nationality, establishing our own jurisdiction within America and doing it the right way. I think this
Right.
man is really doing it the right way. That's why they kind of have him blackball, and you got a lot of following. So I think if you guys really just just have a conversation, man, please. Like I know something really powerful will take place really soon. If you guys
Yeah.
you guys are both brilliant, you're in your 40s, and we really need some real leaders to link up right now, man.
No doubt. All right, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Let's get Moses. Let's hop in, brother Moses. Hop on. Moses.
Tariq, what's going on, man? Congratulations. Congratulations on you for the museum
Yes, sir.
making the reparations rally happen.
Mm-hmm.
Just right when you're making it happen, you know, uh the dog fleas, they got their own thing going on. I mean, it's all, man, these people are funny style, man. So congratulations on the rally. I know it's going to be amazing. I want to make a point and get out of here. I've been going on a lot of spaces which are curated by FBA. These spaces, they're primarily focused on stocks, talking about what stocks were happening this week, what stocks are going on. And I think that it's very important that we incorporate spaces that are primarily FBA run spaces that are primarily talking about investments, stocks, like what the economy is looking like this week. And these spaces, they've been very successful. And I hope in the future you join these spaces and make it pop off, because we know the name to.
No, thank you so much, brother. Thank you, brother. You were kind of rambling a little bit. I had to land your plane. I got my brother Boyce Watkins in the
My
house. What's up,
man.
brother Boyce? How you doing,
I'm
bro?
doing good, man. Long time no see. How you been?
I'm good, man. How is the wife doing?
Oh, she's doing great, man. Black and beautiful as ever. She's right here with me.
Tell her I said that, but you guys are inseparable. I love it, man. Y'all look good, man. Y'all chemistry is wonderful, man. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, man. You
Yeah.
know the good black woman will bring the life out of you, man. And I know you know that with
Yes,
your
yeah,
wife.
you done. Yeah, she done brought your glow out, man. Your skin is glowing. Yeah, you look like you done got in. You all buff and shit. You got all muscular.
I'm trying.
You got it together, man. So, boys, man, we November 5th, you're coming down to the reparations rally. Why is this important? Why is the rally important, in your opinion, brother?
Because they owe us a whole lot of money, and they
Yes,
owe
indeed.
us some things that money can't buy. And and I was real excited that you organized this, man. You know, I think this showed tremendous leadership on your part because the time is right. You know, it's like it's starting to become more and more part of the public consciousness. We know we've been owed this. You know, we had ancestors, man, 100 years ago they were talking about this, but the traction wasn't there. And I think with your assertive leadership pushing us forward, man. When I saw, it's like being in a football game, man. When you see the running back break through the defensive line, you go out and you try to block. So I'm just trying to play my
Yeah,
position and support what you're doing, man, because I love it.
I appreciate that. Did you get a chance to see the Warnock Herschel Walker debate?
You know, I don't know how I feel about either one of those guys. I you know
Right.
I saw some of it. It looked kind of comical, you know, and it just
Yeah.
reminded me of just how they pick like the dumbest fucking people to run for office. You know, so I'm not impressed with either one of those guys, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Um, but so right now, we've gotten politicians to mention reparations more time than in recorded history. We haven't seen people talk about reparations in the public lexicon like we were seeing now. What were some of the other reparations movements that were going on in the country that's pretty notable? Because there's been reparation movements before. Can you speak on some of them?
Well, you know, it's, in terms of the specific organizational names, I'm bad with names, but I know that there've been entire societies built around the concept of reparations. I don't have the names in front of me, man, but it's not as if we're the first ones to talk about this. And then if you look at books that have been written, you go back. What was that book by Randall? The brother name's from Randall something. He wrote. It's called The Debt, I
Yeah.
believe. Yeah, and then Dr. Claude Anderson, man, he's been talking about this since the '60s. You know, writing books about it.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So I feel like we're kind of just taking that next step. And the interesting thing is, you're right. I noticed the same thing you noticed. I noticed that they're starting to talk about it more and more in mainstream media. They're starting to talk about it more and more at different levels of the Democrat and Republican parties. People are drawing lines in the sand. My line in the sand has always been real clear. If you don't support reparations, you will not get my vote. Period.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
it. It's simple for me. So what's interesting is it seems, and you think about it, where did this come from? It came from people like yourself online, all the so-called grassroots black media, you, me,
Yes.
Vicky Dillard, some others, man, just, pushing the envelope. Now they can't ignore it anymore. And I think it's only going to continue to grow from here.
Now, let me ask you this, because you've done a lot of mainstream media stuff, a lot of stuff with Fox, CNN, and all that. And you have a strong grassroots presence. What has their reaction been to you because you've been stomping so hard for the grassroots?
I would say that it's like they I'm not mainstream anymore, and I don't want to be. It's
Hmm.
almost like they sort of pushed me away, and I walked away.
Yeah.
Because in the beginning, like, you go back to 07, 08, the goal was like, oh yeah, I want to get on TV, I want to get on CNN, you want to get on whatever, different networks or whatever. But then you start seeing the agenda.
Yeah.
MSNBC, you see their agenda, you see Fox News's agenda, and then CNN picked up their agenda, and you realize that there's not much space in mainstream media for authentic ideas that will actually improve the status of the black community. Like, they'll
Right.
get up there and talk a bunch of shit about whatever they care about, whatever the talking points the Democrats hand to you. But I realized, man, probably about 12 years ago, that if we really want to have these fleshed out conversations, we have to have our own platforms.
Right.
And that's why your platform is important. Mine. We do our contribution, and I think working together, man, we just created a voice you can't ignore, because we've got truth on our side. We have intelligence on our side. We have millions of motivated people, who are basically kind of helping. I mean, this is a slam dunk of an argument. Nobody in their right mind can have a debate on reparations and prove that we're not owed trillions of dollars. You can't do that, right? So the only thing they
Exactly.
can do is ignore the debate, and so we're pushing it forward with an easy question. I mean, again, this is a slam dunk. This is not really controversial, except for the fact that maybe there's controversy in how it will be implemented. But the yes or no question has already been answered, and it was answered many decades ago.
Yes, indeed. And you touched on something very important, man. In the mainstream media, when we do those shows, because I did a lot of those mainstream news shows, and they don't really tell news, man. It's almost all propaganda. There's news stuff that I wanted to talk about that was relevant, and they told me that we literally couldn't talk about certain relevant news items. So a lot
Mm-hmm.
of that stuff that we see in mainstream news is somewhat scripted propaganda to a certain degree, or twisted or slanted propaganda to a certain degree.
Absolutely, absolutely. There was a time where journalists at least tried to be objective and give people facts and information. I think something happened when the age of social media, where everybody was competing for clicks and all that, where so they kind of just started getting biased and kind of picking a team and sticking with that team, and then the propaganda just got out of control. I think during the pandemic, it got to the point of becoming dangerous, because
Yeah.
they were deplatforming people who said anything that did not go along with the existing narrative. And even now that we know that some of these things, like things that Brother Rizza Islam and others were saying during the pandemic, we found these things to be true.
Yeah.
They're never going to go back and admit that. They just sort of playing this game of information warfare. Like, you just shut down anybody who says something that you don't want to hear, and that's the battle that we're in.
Has some of that Roland crowd, the buffer class crowd, have they taken shots at you? I could have swore Roland took some shots at you, because he's always taking shots at me. Does Roland take shots at you like that in that whole crowd? Do they go after you too?
Man, Roland has been very upset with me since 2010, where he wrote me a 1,000-word bitchy text message where he was angry and mad about something, man. And I'll never forget, I was in London and I said, man, I did not know a man could text that many words. I can see his fat little thumbs. I was like, man, how do you do this? Because I'll give one or two sentences he gave like paragraphs because he was mad about something. And the thing is, with Roland, here's the deal. Roland is a great journalist to a point in the sense that he's committed to what he does. I think he's very good at it. And I think that Roland in an ideal world could be a reasonable ally to what we're trying to accomplish. The problem is that he's in bed with too many of these elite class politicians that
Yeah.
don't have the best interests of the community at heart. So it ends up undermining what he's trying to do. So they do take shots. I just don't pay attention, man, because the internet's full of a lot of toxic energy anyway. I just
Yeah.
step in, man, and do my best and let the chips fall where they may.
Yes, indeed. Brother Boys, where can the family find you? What's your social media, brother?
Well, my website is boycewatkins.com. That would be a good place to start. Also, if you go to drboycetv.com, that's my YouTube channel. So we do a lot of that stuff every single day, man.
I got to go on your channel next week, man. We got to chop it up on your channel.
Absolutely, brother. I'm looking forward to your rally, man. Congratulations on really excellent leadership, man. And you know I got your back, man. So I think you making Black history, brother. So shout out to you and your clan.
Yes, we doing it together, man. I appreciate you, man. So I talk to you next week, and we'll see you on November 5th, brother.
All right. See you then, man. All right. Peace out.
Yes, indeed. That's my good brother Boyce. Yeah, the rally is going to be phenomenal. But that's funny. Roland was going. He's been going after Boyce. Roland sending angry text messages. Roland could have been a good ally, but the Roland class, they're so compromised that nobody trusts them anymore. Roland will talk a good game, but the minute a batch of butter biscuits come out the oven, he's gonna run the other way. Roland, he's too far gone. He's too far gone. We got to charge Roland's big old junky ass to the game. Let's get let me see. Let's get Ace Keeper. Let's get Ace in here. Let's get Ace, and then we'll get Kathy. We'll get Ace, and then we'll get Kathy in here. You ready, Ace? What's up, Ace? You ready?
Kathy?
Oh, what's up? We'll talk to Kathy right now.
Okay,
What's going on,
sorry.
Kathy?
Oh, nothing. I've been following you for a while. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm of Irish descent. And
Mm-hmm.
of course, everybody's heard of the slavery with them and blah, blah, blah. But my
Mm-hmm.
question is, because I do appreciate the fact that you're foundational Black Americans, the ones who built this
Mm-hmm.
country. So
Mm-hmm.
where does the reparation line stop? Does somebody please no one kill me, but does somebody like Kamala Harris qualify as a foundational Black American? Because
No.
I don't see
No,
that.
no,
Yeah.
absolutely not. There's no evidence that she has ever or her family has been classified as Black. Her father, they try to hang the Blackness on him. He's never classified himself as Black.
Indian,
Her
from
mother
what
is
I
East Indian,
understand.
right?
Yeah.
Right. Her mother is East Indian. So yeah,
Okay.
she's not qualified for reparations. Reparations is only eligible for foundational Black Americans who descended from slaves in America, who are descendants of freedmen. So that's who's qualified for reparations.
Okay. Well, that was my main question, because I do believe that my husband's half Cherokee and they got screwed over too.
But they got they got money though. They give them Cherokees money. They give them casinos. They give them free health care.
Yes.
They give them a lot. Yeah,
As a
they give
group,
them pay.
you're right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the thing. I feel like sometimes that everybody's trying to split us up into different groups. And honest to God, I would much rather my money go to reparations for foundational Black Americans than to Ukraine. I
Yep.
mean, 100%, because
Yes, indeed.
this crap that's going on there feels like a money laundering situation.
It's a horrible thing. Yes, it's horrible. But yeah, we need you to come bring some of your friends to the rally on November 5th, Kathy. Bring some of your friends. Y'all put them in that pickup truck and drive on through. Bring the dog too. Y'all come on through. that my phone rang. Oh man, so many folks on here. A lot of people on here. A lot of people on here. Let's get let me see. Who else we got? Let's get Brother Akeem. Brother Hakeem, hop on, bro. Hakeem, hop on, and then we'll get BW.
Peace, Tariq. I'll be fast. Like, I just want to say about the topic about them sending Obama in to help Warnock. When I was at Morehouse, I used to have to listen to Warnock. It was a requirement, and Obama spoke at my graduation. And back then, Warnock, he was a lot more radical compared to what, like, right now. And the topic of reparations, I really feel like it's an easy, it's easy to understand. So, like, this long story short, like, I just look forward to the rally, to getting the message out, and that's all.
There you go, my man. I appreciate you. All right. Let's get BW. Hop on, BW.
Hey, Tariq, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you, beloved?
Good. This is off the topic a little bit, but I want to know if they're not going to give if we don't get our reparation like we want. Have you ever thought about doing a massive boycott?
Yeah, we talked about that earlier about the whole boycotting thing, and instead of a boycott, we just need to be codified 24/7. All right, because we did the boycott thing in the 60s. It worked in the 60s because enough of us were on code. The boycott wouldn't work now because we have too many off-code Negroes. Too many off-code Negroes who ain't even FBA will be the first ones breaking the picket line. That's the problem. That's why we haven't had a successful boycott since the 1960s, because you have these quote unquote black people who look like us. They'll be the first ones crossing the picket line. You'll be surprised at how many black looking people do not identify with us. It's a real interesting dynamic. Let's get Nana's Patties. What's up, Nana's Patties?
Hey, Tariq. How are you?
I'm good, dear. How are you? What city you in, beloved?
I'm in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, there you go. So what is on your mind, dear?
Nothing much. Just super excited about the rally. I'm gonna be driving down with my kids in tow because I couldn't find a babysitter. So I'm just gonna put them up in Airbnb, and then we'll be cool. And I look forward to everything. I'm really excited about it.
Yes, indeed. We can't wait to see you there.
Yeah, I'm glad. So anyway, keep up the good work and appreciate you. You're my hero, even though my boyfriend, he's like, I'm tired of you talking about Tariq, but I'm like, listen, he's my hero. I don't care what you say.
Yes, indeed.
So,
Where's your guy? Where's your man?
he's a truck driver, and then another kind of interesting thing is because he's Haitian. So he's like, well, I ain't getting no reparation. I'm like, listen, it has nothing to do with you or whatever, but you're like, go ahead and just go listen to some more Tariq Nasheed. I said, I sure will. But
There
I'll be
you go.
doing.
Thank you.
I'll go back to the.
Don't let him jump on you. Don't let me get you jumped on. All right, because he's already upset that he's upset that he's not qualified for reparations, and he's gonna come home one day and you're gonna be listening to me and you're gonna be looking seductive. And that man is gonna take off his flip flop and beat you with it. And please, please, don't listen to me while he's around. We'll wait till he's off in them trucks. Don't, yeah. I don't get no reparations. Fuck that nigga. He's gonna be mad. All right, ladies. So we've seen this stuff before, ladies. Y'all remember on Instagram when I would do the Instagram lives, and sometimes these girls' boyfriends would walk in. Y'all remember some of the Instagram stories. Y'all remember some of my old school listeners. Y'all remember the infamous Crazy Red? That's an inside one. If you have to have rocked with me for a while to know about the Crazy Red incident. It was a very lovely sister. Some people are laughing. They know what I'm talking about. We had an Instagram live. People can get on camera. It was a very lovely sister on there. We're chopping it up. It was like 3 a.m. in Atlanta, and we were talking, and then she panned over, and it was her nigga. It was her nigga came in fully dressed with some Hennessy in his hand, and I'm like, where is this nigga coming from? What is he doing? He was looking crazy as cat shit. And then she got embarrassed and she had to slowly get off. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna have to go now. So yeah, so it was nice talking to everybody. Farewell. I'm like, oh. And then all of a sudden, We didn't hear from her no more. Yeah, we didn't hear from her. It got real weird. Everybody got a little concerned for the sister. And then we didn't hear from her for a few days. And then she started posting Bible quotes on her Instagram, like, this too shall pass. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I'm like, somebody need to check on this sister. Somebody need to check on her. This nigga done did something, and she's crying out for help. All right, so yeah, I don't want situations where girls are getting hemmed up by their dudes because they're listening to me. Because you got some real weird dudes out here, you know, and y'all dating some of these non-FBA niggas, and you're gonna get beaten by a church shoe. You know, them niggas be rocking them hard ass church shoes, and them niggas get you with the heel of them church shoes. It's a wrap. Yeah, the ladies, be careful with these dudes. We don't want you getting jumped on by an aggressive Uber driver. All right. Let's get Black Panther. Black Panther in here. Black Panther party. Hop on Black Panther. What's on your mind?
Hey, Tariq.
How are you, dear?
I'm good. Honestly, I'm shocked that you actually accepted my request to speak.
Now, why are you shocked?
I don't know, because I've never been. I don't know. I just didn't expect it, to be honest. I just want to say
it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, I just want to say good luck to the Raleigh. I'm proud of what we've been doing as a people, delineating, fighting for our reparations, and that's all I wanted to say.
There you go. I appreciate you, beloved. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, indeed. All right. So, man, how long have we been on here? I've been over here in over an hour. So let me get up out of here, man. I'm glad everybody tuned in. I think we had a constructive dialogue today. So I like to make sure everything is constructive. I like to make sure everything is always constructive, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, don't forget November 5th, it's going down. Everybody, if you could donate to the efforts of the rally, you go to rally4reparations.com, the number 4, rally, the number 4, reparations.com. If you can contribute, that would be phenomenal, ladies and gentlemen. Rally for Reparations. And also, we're going to have more details later this week. And I look forward to seeing everybody there November 5th. I'm going to be in DC actually next week doing some promotional stuff. So my DC people holler at me. Also, the new adventure of Bucci Bear cartoon episode will be out this Friday, I think. A lot of people have been anticipating the new Bucci Bear cartoon. Very, very funny. So that'll be ready this Friday, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guys. Go to officialfba.com. Follow me on my YouTube channel, Tariq Radio, and Papia Kute and Lola Vuve to the family. Peace.